Hey guys, it's Kevin Kreider. More than just muscle. In this video, it's going to be pretty raw. I'm going to just do a vlog about the ketogenic diet that I've been doing. I called it the Kevin's Keto Journey. It was 60 days, and I'm going to share with you my experience. But first, my first carb-filled meal in 60 days. I'm doing gluten-free pancakes, and I'm going to put butter on those pancakes, and of course I'm going to have some eggs, because that was one of my favorite meals, and I still love those meals. So I'm going to make that because it was the first time in a long time, 60 days, that I've had real carbs. I've had some vegetables and stuff like that, but I'm also, if you can't see, vlogging with my camera. Can you see that? You're on tape right now, anybody? Hello, Maria. Hello, Hoodie. Guys, I'm gonna try my best to get to you. If I don't, I apologize. I am a dick, but I'm trying to cook pancakes, vlog to you, and videotape this whole thing at the same time. And it's a lot more challenging than I thought. So first, let's get the baking mix. It's going to be delicious. Gotta do that. I am making pancakes. Why do you show us your abs while making pancakes? Take your shirt off, let's see your abs. You get a little moody when you do a ketogenic diet, that's for sure. Yes, I'm an Asian. Everyone is just captivated by your stunning abs. I gotta question that. Do you think that, YouTube fans? So today is day 60, and I got my blood work done. As you can tell, I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I hope it comes out for the best. And I just want to tell you guys what I think about ketogenic diets and what you should know about it, because man, so much to talk about with the ketogenic diets. A lot of people think I'm an advocate for a ketogenic diet, pancakes with butter. And I have not had pancakes for 60 days, and it's one of my favorite things. I was actually having pancakes, I want to say 90 days, almost 90 days in a row when I won my IFPA Pro card in natural bodybuilding. And this video is going to be kind of raw because I didn't like the ketogenic diet, in all honesty. Oh, holy fuck! This tastes so good! Woo! Man, I feel normal again. It almost makes me want to show you guys my abs. Psych! So I got my blood work done today. I'm gonna see if anything went up in numbers or down in numbers. I'm gonna lean over so I can talk to you guys a little bit better. It's the first time I ever did a full ketogenic diet. What I did in the past was I would actually have a really high protein diet. It was almost all protein, very little fats, and almost zero carbs. And that really that was more the Atkins way, or at least that's what he talks about. The ketogenic diet that I followed was more of an 80% fat, and then it was a very moderate amount of protein, around 20% came from protein, and the rest came from vegetables or low amounts of carbs, like from nuts. The nuts that I chose were almonds. Oh my God, I miss these carbs. And I have to say though, guys, it's you're considered in a ketogenic state when you're at 0.5 millimoles to 5 millimoles. I mean, I think you go even higher than 5 millimoles, but I tried really hard, and I used these keto strips to test out I can't even find it right now, but it was to test out my ketone levels. And I gotta tell you, it was really difficult to get above the moderate range of ketones in my body, which was, I almost hit 2 millimoles at some point. And that was very difficult. And it was a little bit later in the day. And I found that taking those supplements like the brain octane and having medium chain triglycerides and even the ghee it was a little bit difficult to get even to 2 millimoles and stay there. And you get used to the butter and coffee. Actually, you start looking forward to it, which is kind of weird. I think I do better with a higher fat diet. So I'm thinking about switching to a 40% of my daily intake is fats, and the rest is like 20% protein and maybe 30-40% carbs. Or I'm gonna play around with it a little bit. I don't want to get rid of carbs anymore, but what I anticipate this happening, which is I did feel great, but I also know I felt great without sugar and gluten in my diet. And I'm anticipating that when I stop eating sugar and gluten again, I'm gonna feel just as good, maybe even better. A lot of times people have a keto flu, and with the keto flu, I believe is just a sugar withdrawal. And what else makes you feel like crap and makes you feel like sick if you're got a withdrawal? Drugs and alcohol, especially if you abuse it. So I'm not really sure if it's a keto flu per se. They're saying it gets rid of a lot of toxins. I think just because we eat so much sugar, especially in American culture, when you eat that much sugar and then all of a sudden you stop, of course your body's going to have a reaction and it's just cleansing itself. I got really angry at times during the ketogenic diet, so I'd watch out for that. But also I was doing intermittent fasting with it, so some people don't do intermittent fasting when they do a ketogenic diet, which some people don't recommend that. And I found it was really difficult for me to stay within a caloric intake to lose body fat because I was just so hungry at night. I was just so hungry. I'd eat like almost like a half a jar of almond butter. And each day that went by, I couldn't wait to eat carbs again. And God, I did have a little bit of trouble staying asleep. That's another thing. Oh, I think I just cut my lip. Bon appetit. My take on ketogenic diets, I think they're great if you want to get off sugar, because here's the thing, I don't crave sugar that much anymore. Actually, none. It was so much easier to say no when I was on a ketogenic diet. Like, I really didn't feel like having sugar, which is great. Another benefit I thought was my joints obviously felt fine without sugar or any type of gluten, but I also don't think I'm gonna feel the same. I also believe I'm gonna feel the same way by eating carbs, but just eating gluten-free and sugar-free types of carbs. And I know the pancakes have a little bit of sugar in it, but I really just want to stay away from the refined sugar of eating chocolate and chocolate cakes and donuts, because for a while there I was getting a little bit crazy with that kind of stuff. And did I lose any weight? No. I stayed at 185. Initially I dropped down to about like 180, 181. A lot of that's water weight, because each gram of carbohydrate that you store in your body, which is glycogen and glucose, holds on to about 3 molecules, which is about 3 grams of water weight. And our body can hold, I believe, 500 to 800 grams of carbohydrates into our whole body. So you multiply that. I'm not very good at math. It's a lot of water weight you're losing. So you're literally getting rid of muscle glycogen. So your body fat turns the fats into ketones, and then ketones are an alternate. I can't talk today. I'm just so happy. It tastes so good. The ketones are an alternate source of fuel for your brain. Your brain needs to function off of glucose, so it's an alternative source for your brain to function off of. And there are lots of other benefits for ketones being in your body, like inflammation. It reduces inflammation, autoimmune diseases, neurological diseases. I might have made that up, but also cancers. And the thing about ketogenic diets, though, it limits you when you go out to eat. I found that it was a little was a little boring not eating the French fries and just having a salad every time. And it made me realize how much I miss potatoes or like French fries and just like an occasional treat like that once in a while. And I just think it's good if you have a real purpose for it. Like if you have joints and for your well-being, and let's just say you do have brain fogs from eating all the sugar and gluten, then I recommend trying it. And I also recommend just trying it for 30 or 60 days. It's very tolerable for 30 days. And then eat carbohydrates again, but at a moderate pace, and try to stray away from the sugar. I do believe that if I stay away from sugar, I'm going to get the greatest benefits from this ketogenic cleanse, I guess you can call it. And it was a 30-day thing. 60-day. Kevin's ketogenic journey. And it was 60 days. And I got to tell you, man, I feel already a lot better. Just having those little bit amount of carbs. And the best part is I feel full, I feel satisfied. I don't feel like I need to eat more carbs, because at this point I'd be reaching for the jar of almond butter and just pounding that down, and I feel good. I feel really good. And I think what I'm going to do, I still think if my blood work comes out all right, I think I might add butter into my coffee just for a little bit, just because I'm so used to it. But I actually kind of enjoyed it at the end, to tell you the truth, having that little bit of butter in my coffee. And I'll probably still do that. I'm not going to take the brain octane anymore. The main ingredient in brain octane anyway is extracted from coconut oil, and I'm going to wait to see what happens with the blood work before I make any other moves. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I actually really enjoyed doing this experiment with the ketogenic diet, no matter how much I bitch and moan. And I think the only reason why I enjoyed it is because I could report back to you guys and share with you, and we can speak about this. But anyway, hope you enjoyed my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really like intermittent fasting. I prefer to do intermittent fasting for my programs and everything. So if you'd like, you can download the free intermittent fasting handbook. The link will be in the description and above. And I'll see you guys next week.